Hola niños, let's talk a little bit about Mexico's Independence Day because it's coming up on Septiembre 16, September 16th. First, we begin with Spain moving in. Spanish people started to come to Mexico in the 1500s. They clashed with the indigenous people, including the Aztecs, who had already lived there for thousands of years, and the Spanish brought their way of life to Mexico. But they also brought germs that killed many people. They called this area New Spain, and they ruled the country for 3 centuries. The Grito de Dolores that began the fight for freedom. By the early 1800s, many Mexican people were angry with Spain. They were tired of being ruled by them, and they were ready to start their own country. In 1810, a priest named Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, who you can see right here, helped to change everything. On the night of September 15th, Hidalgo rounded up members of his church. He rang church bells until a crowd formed outside, and then he called on them to help him fight against the Spanish occupation. His speech, called the Grito de Dolores, became the battle cry for Mexican independence. But this was just the beginning, because we would have 10 years of war. After the Grito de Dolores, Hidalgo formed a large army. He led the group toward Mexico City, but the Spanish had beaten them. They arrested Hidalgo. But it wasn't over. It was far from over. The war continued for another 10 years. Finally, the Treaty of Córdoba made Mexico its own nation in 1821. Today, Mexico celebrates its independence each year on September 16th. What is a Mexican Independence Day celebration like? Well, we know it starts on September 15th. That night, the Mexican president rings the same bell Hidalgo rang. Then, they give a version of the Grito de Dolores saying, "Viva Mexico! Viva la Independencia! Vivan los héroes!" So, live Mexico, long live independence, long live the heroes. And here's a picture of that same campana or bell that was rang long ago. Septiembre 16. On September 16th, people celebrate all over Mexico. There are fireworks, parades, and other festivities during the celebration. People make traditional Mexican dishes, which we've talked about when we talked about culture, with their friends and their family. They honor those who fought for freedom. The holiday is a celebration of Mexico's people and its culture. Remember, culture can be a whole bunch of things. The things that we've talked about so far have been clothing, music, beliefs, religion, food, music. Today it's been observed for nearly 200 years, and it all started long ago with the Grito de Dolores. How would you choose to celebrate Septiembre 16? What would you do? What parts of Mexican culture would you enjoy as you joined in that celebration? And lastly, let's test your knowledge. Here's a question to see if you were listening. The blank made Mexico its own nation in 1821. Was it A, the Declaration of Independence, B, the Mexican Constitution, C, the Treaty of Córdoba, or D, the Treaty of Versailles? Think about it, and if you have to go back, go ahead and double check. Okay, that's it for right now. Adios, hasta pronto.